that means Key had a nice, relaxing, time-off weekend, and he's ready to get it going with the college football season. Got started over the weekend. We got full college football this weekend.
You
then
call
we
that
got the
college
NFL.
football we was watching?
Well, if it was sanctioned, then it was college football that we. Well, how you handled it, how you digested it, that's
Freddie,
on you.
You got to ignore Keith sometimes.
No,
Freddie.
I don't. No, I'm
You have
not
to
ignoring
ignore
him. No, because that's what he wants. He wants that kind of back and forth, and then you get upset and you get frustrated, and then you ignore him. Then you're playing right into his spider web. Nah, I'm not doing that.
No ignoring no spider web.
Key,
I'm just saying.
Key, I gotta
Was
ask
that
you a
college
question.
football?
Yeah.
What?
You out there in L.A. You had a nice little weekend. Did you get some sun? You sunbathed this weekend out there? You got nice weather in L.A.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I'm
just
just
normal. It's normal. I could just walk from the car to the front of a restaurant, and I'm a tan, so it's a normal. You're gonna get the raise automatically. That's just the reality of it. To be honest with you, Harry, I was just thinking, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you call it. I know it's got to be a word. We probably not smart enough to figure out the word. Maybe Freddie is, but you and I, Harry, we can't
Hold
figure
on,
this
Key. You
word
put
out.
your damn self in that category.
You try to think about what you did this weekend, but I can't really think that I did anything, so it wasn't memorable.
So in other words, you have convenient amnesia. That's what you have.
So it's one that I just. It's like, well, what did I do? I didn't really do nothing. I just wasn't, I just chilled. Wasn't really, I didn't go nowhere. I didn't do nothing extra.
Okay.
I mean, I hung out.
Sometimes you just got to be, in other words. That's what you
Yeah,
do.
and I just move on. Some people can remember everything.
Right.
I remember what I want to remember, and then the other stuff I just throw out.
Okay.
So
I was
threw out
down in
this
Miami
weekend.
where it was entirely too hot for me in my liking.
Or as we call that in August, Tuesday.
But see, your
Entirely
heat
too
is.
hot.
Remember that heat in Miami and in the Carolinas and Atlanta. That heat is different. That's
It's humid.
This heat out here is cool. Like if it's the sun is beaming, I could go slide to the right and get under some shade.
Right.
It'd be cool with no problem at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
You can't do that in Miami and Atlanta. You go find some shade, you still gonna be soaking wet.
Still feel like a heater blowing on you.
So gross.
It's hotter than bad breath down in Miami, huh?
But I got a chance I watched the MTV Awards last night. That was pretty cool.
By the way, speaking of, did you see the two dudes that came out there that had the hologram women twerking on the VMAs last night?
What?
Harry, just Google this.
It was
the VMAs.
it was bad. I think
It was
Bad Bunny and Company.
Right, Bad Bunny, and they had two holograms of women twerking, and then they had other dancers that were twerking as well. Seriously,
I ain't gonna say nothing about Bad Bunny. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him.
No,
Have you ever been to a Bad Bunny concert? He had them Bad Bunnies out there.
My daughter went to a Bad Bunny concert down in Atlanta about 3 weeks ago. She loves Bad Bunny. Brianna, she thinks he's fantastic. But last night, that took the cake, having twerking holograms.
that was I didn't really. But then I had to realize it is MTV, BT. It was kind of, I was like, oh, okay. But, it wasn't mainstream like television.
Right.
It wasn't normal network TV. So I was like, at first I was like, ooh, they going to get some heat for that. But then I was like, they ain't going to say nothing.
No, not in the 21st century TV. They let
it was
lot of
cool,
stuff go.
though. It was. They had it.
It was. But when my wife Denise and I saw that, we were like, wow, okay. This is really a Video Music Awards on MTV.
Honey, what you think about that, Freddie? Oh, honey, that's terrible.
No, I wasn't saying that. I don't think I said anything for the first 3 minutes.
It was a real good treat over the weekend.
It was. By the way, you can be a part of the Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Nation. Do that in the Dr. Pepper call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation is presented by Dr. Pepper. It ain't college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Harry, you mentioned you were down in Florida this weekend. A lot of conversation about one quarterback in Florida. Nope, not that T, not Tom Brady in Tampa, but the other T. That's a Tua Tagovailoa with the Miami Dolphins. Even Tyreek Hill over the weekend was defending his quarterback to the hilt again, saying, this is my guy. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Key, you can start, Harry, you can play off of that. A lot of people look at this quarterback wide receiver pairing, and Key, what exactly do you believe is going to be the end game? Even though I know you like to take it 1 week at a time, what is your gut tell about this pairing together down in Miami with Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill no longer part of the Kansas City Chiefs?
It's going to be interesting. I don't know that it'll be Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes like. I know that the deep post route that he ran at the beginning of the game and basically beat his own coverage to some degree, or man-to-man better yet. And you look at that and you say to yourself, okay, if he puts it in front of him, he goes to the house. Well, yeah, that's very true. But it's also the preseason, so I don't really get too hyped on one or two plays that's designed, perfect plays that are designed for Tyreek Hill to be able to exploit the defense. So, I don't really know, because Jalen Waddle's got to get his touches. Cedric Wilson's got to get his touches. The tight end's got to get his touches. And they're not going to just put an emphasis on throwing Tyreek Hill the vertical football. They've got to get him the ball in many different ways. So now you're taking the ball out of other people's hands. So I just don't know. I'm not sold on Tua, and I know the Miami Dolphins aren't sold on Tua, even though they want us to believe that.
Really? What makes you say that? Why they aren't?
Well, they
sold
done
on
tried to get 3 different quarterbacks in 3 different years. So go figure, right? I mean,
I just wanted to hear you say it. I just wanted to hear you say it. I knew you would. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Every time somebody trying to get somebody else to replace you, what does that say? I mean, think about it, Freddie. If every single time I look up,
They want somebody else.
In Jimmy and Dave and Norby and Amanda and Justin, them is telling me, Key, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. Just meanwhile, they trying to get Michael Strahan to come do the radio.
Wow.
Like, what is that? I mean, they trying to replace me.
When did this become Dirty Laundry Monday?
I'm just saying. Every time you look up, they're like, well, no, we wasn't, Harry, no. We were never, ever talking to Randy Moss. Really? No, okay.
Bitter.
The next year come around, nah, we never were talking to Chad Johnson. No, not at all. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Bitter. Party of one. Your table's ready. Star Keyshawn Johnson.
Man, let me go ahead and play off Key on the Tua situation.
Before we really become Oprah Winfrey Radio.
No, I'll say one of the things I thought was really cool about seeing Tua this weekend, especially him and Tyreek Hill hitting on the plays that they did, is that number one, even though that play is designed, you don't 100% know what's going to work unless you believe in one another. And that's Tua believing in Tyreek Hill. You know what? He's going to run past the safety. He's going to beat double coverage. And all the things that Tyreek Hill has done this offseason and pumping his quarterback up,
right,
I think you see in those moments of him making those plays to Tyreek Hill. Because let's be honest, he let that football go when Tyreek Hill was still even with that safety. And then you had a deep over route coming from the opposite side that Tua could have just threw it to the sideline and let the deep over got it. But he believes so much in a guy like Tyreek Hill that he threw it out there and let him go run underneath the football. And when I'm looking at this tandem this season, they can be special. I don't think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill like, but I do believe having a guy that can take the top off the defense that you trust 100%, no matter what the coverage is, that he's going to make you right, I think that's very beneficial. You seen the second play, coming over on the over route. Tua, they got him on a bootleg, rolled to his left, hit Tyreek Hill in stride. Later in the second drive, he hit Mike Gesicki down the middle of the football field. But then you have a player in this run game. I think this run game is going to be very, very efficient.
It's going to have
You see a guy like Raheem Mostert. He gets what we call 35 scissors, right? You start 35 to the left, and then you wind it back to the backside. You see the speed and the explosiveness from Raheem Mostert outrunning DBs to the sideline for an explosive play. So I think the run game is going to be the Dolphins' offense best friend. But when you have a guy that runs a 4-3, and I don't care what anybody says, Tyreek Hill is the most feared wide receiver in the NFL because of his speed. When you have a guy like Hill and Jalen Waddle, two guys like that, where you better get out your damn back pedal, because that's what I want to tell that safety for the Eagles. Why are you still in your back pedal? If you know Tyreek Hill's coming at you, you better abort the back pedal and start to turn them hips instantly when you see him coming at you. Otherwise, you're going to see plays like this all year. And we got to be honest now, it's not the first time we've seen this from Tyreek Hill. We've seen it in man coverage. We just seen it this week. He damn near ran, what's the corner? Darius Slay out his hamstring during practice. So we see this on a consistent basis from Tyreek Hill, whether it's double coverage, triple coverage, single coverage. He has the ability, if you have the right defense, to make the defense not right, as we've seen on the first play of the game. And I thought it was very unique that Mike McDaniel, the head coach, you know what? let's go out here and show everybody what we really going to be made of on the first play. Take your chance, Tua, and Tua took his chance.
We'll see if Tua can consistently do that because you got those weapons out there. If he can't consistently get them the ball in that second and third level, then that Tua must go chant is going to get louder and louder down in Miami because they really don't want him there anyway, like everybody really knows with Tua Tagovailoa. Tua and Tyreek can be the perfect duo down in Miami, and Perfect Duo is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Thanks for joining us in Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. With Harry Douglas and Keyshawn Johnson, I am Freddie Coleman. Keep weighing in on the Dr. Pepper call-in line at 888-729-3776. And, boy, Keyshawn really feels sorry for Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold, but not for Patriots quarterback